Good morning.
See you all here this morning, and of course to know that there are many others watching online this morning and all through the week. I'm always amazed. I look at the numbers on Sunday, and then I go on Friday, and they're like tripled. So it's nice to know that people bookmark this. Now, this Sunday is a Sunday chock full of Deborahs. Must have been a very popular. Yeah, like all the Deborahs. Yay! We have Deborah Wilson as our worship assistant, our wonderful music director, Deb Sally, and we're glad you're feeling better and joining us today. We missed you. And then, of course, we have our amazing ministerial intern, Deborah Giddings, here, and she's going to be providing the talk on peace today. So we are indeed blessed with all our wonderful Deborahs. Thank you. Yay, let's give a hand to all the Deborahs. I do have two announcements to make this morning. And one is that, and some of you may remember this person, some of you don't because you weren't here then. But Reverend Raymond Shea, the wonderful minister who served this Unity Spiritual Center from 1996 until 2008, made his transition on November 19th. Reverend Shea was the minister who inspired and led this congregation to not just leave West Hartford, but also to build a new church. I can't imagine, um, uh, what would lead someone to do that. I mean, I just can't imagine. But, he inspired people to say, hey, we're going to build our own church. So they came out here from West Hartford, and they cleared the land. It wasn't like there was a building here. No, they cleared the land of the trees and what have you, and then built this building, this wonderful facility that we now enjoy. And if you look today in the community room, there, as you go in and to your left, there's a plaque there dedicating the community room to Reverend Raymond Shea and his wife Susan, who was his partner really in leading and supporting this community. Now, we've been in touch with his wife Susan, and she told us that the life celebration will not be held until February, and it will be held at the Unity in Tennessee, and that's where they were living, or where they are living right now. And if you would like to send her or the family a note or a card, she said, even some memories or photos, they'll look to find a way to put them into his life celebration. Please do so. Her address is in the newsletter. And hopefully you all get that newsletter. If for some reason you don't get that newsletter, then you could do one of two things. You could go up to our website, unityhartford.org, and in the middle of the home page, you'll see click here to download the newsletter, to open and download the newsletter. So you can do that, and you'll see the article, and her address is right in there. If you're unable to do that, just let me know, and I'll give you the address, all right? And so we are so grateful for all that Reverend Shea shared with us in this Unity Center. It's, here we are still living his legacy in a sense. Yeah. So I also need to share that another amazing minister and teacher, Reverend Paul Hesselbeck, made his transition very unexpectedly this past Thursday. We don't have any details about his passing, but I just heard that there will be a Zoom life celebration in December 12th? 12th, December 12th. So if you can certainly, if you're on Facebook, you'll be able to find it. But if you would like to attend and you can't find it, just let me know, and I'll get that information to you. And of course, my email is revchris@unityhartford.org. Reverend Paul, we had a really nice relationship with him here at Unity. During COVID, I sent out requests to a bunch of ministers who didn't have a church. And I figured, well, if they could record a talk, and then when I needed a Sunday off from preparing a talk, I would just plug them in. And so of all the ministers that I requested to do that, he was only one of two. The other was Reverend Linda Martella Whitsett. So Reverend Paul was one of the few who actually did and answered my request. He also, when we were putting the church back together from our arson, our fire, I couldn't teach a class, but I reached out to him, and he said, sure. And so he taught us a class, and then he came back 2 years ago and taught another class. So we have enjoyed his teachings, and they will live on in his books, which are many. And the amazing thing is that on Facebook, everyone talks about their relationship with him. Oh, I was a good friend. He was a good friend. And he's one of those people who was a good friend to everybody. And he will be sorely missed. He's certainly a luminary in the Unity movement. And if you have never read any of his books, get them. You'll learn a lot, and you'll be challenged a lot, and he'd love to challenge people. So I thank you. So if you have any questions about any of those two wonderful people, just please feel encouraged to see me. Now, each Sunday we have a board member on duty that you can go to in case you can't find me. And that board member today is, I thought so. It's the wonderful Liston. Liston, raise your hand up there. Everybody can see you. So go see Liston. He'll have all the answers for you. Okay. He's like, oh, no, don't. Now, when you arrived, you should have been given a bulletin and a song sheet. So after the service, please take those two pieces of paper out with you. There's a bench as you go into the community room, because today, it's potluck. We have wonderful food. Place that those papers right in the basket there so we can recycle them. And so let's get that bulletin in front of us, and we're looking on that bulletin for the welcome affirmation. And I'm going to ask that you say that along with me. Together, Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. We welcome, value, and include all people. Now, since this is the first Sunday of the month, and I know that that every month we have a new monthly affirmation, and we're going to ask that you include this affirmation in your prayer practice, so we're all raising our voice as one. If you're here in the sanctuary, that affirmation is on your bulletin. If you're online, again, go to our website, unityhartford.org, and on the homepage, right there, right where you just found the newsletter, you can now find the bulletin, okay? And you can also find the monthly affirmation as a separate document. So I'm going to say it, and then we'll say it all together. So our affirmation, because this is the month of life. We're celebrating our spiritual power of life. And so the affirmation is, I breathe in life, and I am energized by spirit. I am vital, upbeat, and at one with this life force. So now that you've had time to find it on your bulletin, let's say that out loud, okay? And we're going to say it like we really mean it, okay? All right. So together, all right? I breathe in life, and I am energized by spirit. I am vital, upbeat, and at one with the life force. Now, as we prepare for our opening prayer, our wonderful worship assistant Deborah is going to light the Christ candle, and that symbolically reminds us of the Christ light that always shines within each one of us. And so many of you know that Reverend Shea always I believe he ended every Sunday service with the Gaelic blessing. So as a tribute to him, I'm going to begin our time of prayer with that blessing. Okay. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the gentle night to you. Moon and stars pour their healing light on you. Deep peace of Christ the light of the world to you. Deep peace of Christ to you. So let's take this prayer into our hearts this morning. This is our Sunday of peace. So let's just right now, as that Gaelic blessing reverberates within this room and within each one of us, let's just take a moment into the silence and touch that deep peace within you, just for a moment in the silence. Deep peace. This morning we bless the families of Reverend Shea, of Reverend Paul Hasselbeck, and of all those who desire to feel that peace in their heart. Deep peace of the shining stars, deep peace of the gentle night, deep peace of Christ in all. And we see that peace filling their hearts, filling their minds, filling their very souls, as we bless all those who desire that deep peace. And so it is. Amen. Amen. So welcome back, Deb. And please stand as you're able, and Deb's going to, pardon me? You all right? And Deb's going to lead us in our 2 opening songs.
You bet. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we could build a snowman and pretend that he's a circus clown. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the other kitties knock him down. When it snows, ain't it thrilling, though your nose gets a chillin'. But Father can play the Eskimo way, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace, hail the Son of Righteousness. Life and light to all he brings, risen with healing in his wings. Mild he lays his glory by, born that man no more may die. Born to raise the sons of earth, born to give them second birth. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
Thank you, Deborah, and welcome back. And all of our melodious voices joining in. And hark to the first Sunday of the month. Because it is what? Potluck Sunday and Birthday Cake Sunday. Double header today. And if you're not here in the church, you still have time to put on some clothes or come in your jammies and come sample the goodies with us. And if you didn't bring a dish, no worries. Just bring yourself because we have plenty. And there's always a love offering if you're so inclined. There's a basket there right by the food table. And thank you, Sue Smallage, for bringing the birthday cake today. But don't be disheartened. There's a sign-up sheet for 2026, so you can get your name on to give a cake for the upcoming year. And if you have a particular month that you want, well, you sign up today so you get the month of your choosing. And today we're going to celebrate all those glorious December births, the Sagittarians of the world. Taking a moment. Okay. So please stand when I say your name and later join us in the community room for some birthday cake. And for anyone that I've missed, you feel free to stand if it's your birthday as well in this month. So happy birthday to Corey Corsino. Arise. Okay. David Gerhardt. Lisa McDaniel. Jack Soares. Olivia Soares. And I'm standing. Oh, stop. Okay. And although we are blessed to be who we are not octopus. And why would I bring that up? Because have you ever found it's hard to sing and clap at the same time? You're trying to clap, but you got to hold the song sheet. Anybody ever say, I wish I didn't have to do that? Well, okay, your wishes are going to come true. So please, if you can, give an additional financial Christmas gift so we can purchase a projector and a laptop computer for the sanctuary. Thus, no octopus, but we can do it, okay? And we can eliminate the paper and hold our heads up high as we sing. And there are special envelopes in the atrium to use if you're donating cash or checks, or If you want to give by credit card, that is welcome as well. So just go to the website, unityhartford.org, and then look for the donate button. You ask what the goal is. Here it is. It's $2,000. So we do have a little ways to go, but certainly doable, yes? And we would like and love to have that purchased in late December. So dig deep into those pockets. If you run across some coins, pass those by. Reach for the bills, okay? All right. So this Advent is all about creating. So we have the opportunity to create even more beauty. You ask how? On our sanctuary platform, you can bring any size poinsettia, tiny, small, medium, large, stupendous. It's in your hands. Whether it's real or artificial, please help to decorate our platform. And you can even put your name on the bottom, so after we're done celebrating the holiday season or decorating the platform, you can bring it home to your own home and continue that beauty. So please, if you can, be able to bring in a poinsettia. And today is the last day for our Christmas Blessing Project. So if you forgot, please see the person at the table next to the tree in the community room. And then on December 17th at 6:30 p.m., we want to take into account that the holidays can be hard for people. It could be that you've experienced a loss or you're just struggling through the holidays, which often happens for many. So at 6:30 on December 17th, we're going to hold a special meditation service titled Remember Me. And please come. You're invited to join us in a safe, comfortable space where you can set aside the usual holiday cheer just to acknowledge if you're going through grief and loss and receive the love that you so deserve. The hour-long service will be held in person right here in the sanctuary and on our Facebook page. There are invitations in the atrium. Now, sometimes do you ever experience like a spiritual itch, an urge, a calling, and you're wondering what it is? Well, this might be it. The board nominating committee is now accepting nominations for 2 opening seats on the board because 2 members, Angela Simidon and Lynn Lennon, will be completing their terms. So who? I ask you who would now want to take the opportunity to serve with other board members and Reverend Christine. So, Deborah Giddings, I agree. You are encouraged to nominate yourself by completing the form in the atrium. Please submit it by January 11th. So just remember, if you're hearing the call, the urge, or the itch, we can respond to it. Also, please remember to complete your membership renewal form and drop it in the box in the atrium, and it's capitalized today. So do that because the deadline is December 31st. And speaking of Unity membership, if you're saying, well, I'm not a member, but I want to become one, do not forsake. If you're interested in becoming a member, you can speak to Rev Christine, as she'll be holding a 1-hour free class on Sunday, December 21st. So we really welcome and look forward to anyone that wants to that's been attending and wants to become a member. And now it is greeting time. So if you're able, please stand. And we will offer the Gandhi Blessing for Peace, which is a call and response. So let us work together for unity and peace. And now please repeat after me. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. Our wisdom flows from the highest source. And I salute that source in you. Amen. And if you be kind enough to join me in saying our statement of faith, which is right there in your bulletin. Together, There is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as my life, God, the good omnipotence. And the daily word today is peace. And that affirmation is perfect peace dwells within me and all beings. As I prepare for a fuller experience of my divinity this Advent season, I turn my attention to cultivating peace of mind and heart. This inner preparation invites me to look beyond my circumstances and attune to the deeper harmony that underlies all creation. Whether I'm in a busy city or a calming natural setting, I trust that each day it will dawn in perfect alignment with the heavenly bodies of the cosmos. Likewise, whether I feel anxious or calm, I trust heavenly peace is within me. Aware of my peaceful nature, I choose thoughts, words, and actions that honor my spiritual self. My presence restores calm in chaos and invites serenity to ease distress. My tranquil demeanor magnifies the peace of God. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times and all ways. The Lord be with all of you. Lord have mercy. Thessalonians, all right, I did it. Thessalonians 3:15. I was asking for the peace to rise in me as I said that. So again, the daily word is peace, and the affirmation is perfect peace dwells within me and all beings, and so it is. Amen. And now, the delightful, pleasing pillar of perfection and peace herself, Reverend Christine Boylan.
Lois surveyed us as a group. Several of us had positive experiences and recommended Save the Children as a very appropriate December tithe um, uh, charity to honor. Save the Children is an international organization whose primary purpose is to protect children in crisis situations, whether it's um, whether it's political and military or families who are having crises. And it's an organization with a presence here in Connecticut, a Fairfield office, and connections through most of the counties here in the state. You can get more information about Save the Children at savethechildren.org. And I would encourage you, if you have opportunity to support them. I've seen it when we lived in West Texas, the good work they did there and in Southern California. So thank you much.
Thank you. There we go. Sorry. All right, well, that was Mark. And so that's the 5th tithe. And I think next month, January, might be the ushers. We'll see. So if you are in a sacred service group and you have not yet picked your charity for your month, the month that for each sacred service team is on the wall bulletin board in the volunteer room, so you can go and check that out. So start thinking, be ready. So thank you for our wonderful greeners. All right. So let's right now bring our awareness and bring our gratitude to this sacred moment. All right. And I'm inviting you to bless whatever financial gift you're offering today by holding it in your hands and also by holding it in your hearts. And that's even if you're giving online. Just see that gift and hold it in your heart. Your giving is divine love energy in action, whether it's in a check or currency or online. And so we see this energy that you are giving today, continuing to give, to going out and blessing everyone in the spiritual center and everyone in our community in the world, and mostly blessing you. Feel and know that one true source within you, and allow yourself to feel as grateful as you can to that source, and then join together in our offering blessing, which is on your bulletin. Please join me. Together. Divine love, flowing as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Now will the ushers please come forward.
Bring me back to center. Bring me back to flow. Now my soul surrenders. Peace is all I know. Bring me back to center. Bring me back to flow. Now my soul surrenders. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. In this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know. Bring me back to knowing. Peace is letting go. Love is overflowing. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know.
do an act together.
No, I just want to help you get this over here. Okay? All right.
Well, good morning, Unity family. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Deborah Giddings, and I am so honored and grateful to be your minister intern. Now, last week, Reverend Christine took us on a journey that we will be traveling during this Advent season. She began the journey, like all journeys begin, in the beginning. And then she gave us some guidance on how when we embrace and practice faith, we uncover the spark of creation in each of us. How many here have been sparking their creation all week? Yeah. We learned that the power of faith, when activated and expressed, increases the creative possibilities within each of us. Faith is the catalyst that can activate all the unexpressed possibilities of the mind. Now, you've probably all heard the saying, I walk by faith, not by sight. So this week, we're going to continue our spark of creation as we understand how, when we create and express as peace, we become peace. Or as I like to say, a peacemaker. Because peace is a natural outcome of embracing our spiritual powers. It arises when we go within. In Eric Butterworth's book, The Creative Life, 7 Keys to Your Inner Genius, he writes about a gentleman named Farrar Fenton, a well-known authority in Hebrew and Greek. This gentleman is quoted as saying, listen carefully, this isn't in italics, but it really needs to be in squiggly lines. God created what produced the earth. In other words, in the beginning, God created the idea of earth. Pretty heavy stuff. In the context of creation, remember that the creation story is the ideation of the world and everything that comes upon it. You're probably thinking, okay, really? Well, in Unity, we understand that God mind creates ideas. Those divine ideas generate thoughts. And these spiritual thoughts create things. So it happens both on the spiritual side and on the physical human side. It's the trinity of mind action. Thoughts in mind produce after their own kind. There was a gentleman by the name of Ralph Waldo Trine. He was a very influential in the New Thought movement. He wrote a book, In Tune with the Infinite. And he wrote, and I'm going to quote him, "The great central face of human experience is coming into the conscious, vital realization of our oneness with this infinite life, and the opening of ourselves fully to this divine flow." Raise your hand, have you ever had that experience where you know without a doubt that, as Jesus said, the Father and I are one? And I don't know about you, but I get those fleeting moments, sometimes even just seconds, where I feel this. I've embodied it. I feel it throughout my body as a knowing. We often say God is peace, God is love. So let's talk about what we experience when we activate and express the power of love as peace. I love what ordained Unity minister Reverend Frances Folks wrote in her book, Effectual Prayer. If you don't have that book, get it. It's an amazing one. She wrote, "Let me be a peacemaker, a healer of discords, of poverty and fear thoughts. Let me call forth the Christ expression wherever I walk. Let me call it forth from man to man and from man to God. Let me call forth peace, harmony, and joy. Wow. The thought of walking this earth as a peacemaker brings tears to my eyes. Are you ready to take your peacemaking to the next level? Huh? Yeah. Get an amen for that one. In recovery, we say that if we supply the willingness, God supplies the power. So who are the peacemakers? Our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, wrote in his metaphysical dictionary, The Revealing Word, he describes peacemakers as one who has the ability to say peace to the turbulent waves of thought and have them obey. A peacemaker is one who reduces to peace and harmony all thoughts of strife, anger, and retaliation in his mind. I read that and I kind of laughed because I thought of that Staples button that goes, that was easy. Not really, not always. I want to do a little exercise with you, if my voice holds out. And it's going to be a chant. And it's a very easy chant that you can learn to bring yourself to peace. So before you begin, Reverend Christine, could someone get my water for me? Thank you. Before we begin, I'm just going to invite you to get still. And if there's anything in your hands, just put them down and take a deep breath. Thank you. I use this chant regularly, and it truly does have a profound effect on me. I notice when I'm doing this, I can't actually hear my mind thoughts that are going. I'm going to say the words, and I'm going to give you the pace with it, and then I'm going to ask you to take a breath and repeat it. Let's begin. Be still and know that I am God. Together. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Together. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Together. Be still and know. Be still. Together. Be still. Be together. Be. Let's just sit in that for a second. Go into your body and feel the peace that you are. Feel the peace as your mind thoughts quiet down. And thank you for being so willing to participate. You know, one of my favorite authors, Elizabeth Sand Turner. Remember last week when Reverend Christine was saying, "Let there be light"? Well, that was the name of a book that she wrote. But she also wrote another book called Your Hope of Glory. And in this book, she describes how we become peacemakers and how that outward appearance expresses. She says, and I'll paraphrase, that we become peacemakers when we realize a consciousness of peace within ourselves, both thinking and feeling. And when we do this, we express peace in all of our actions and become a peaceful influence in our homes, work, and social activities. When we attain inner peace, we are peacemakers. We are peace. Now, we live and move and have our being in energy. It's a vast sea of energy. Everything is energy. It's moving at different frequencies, and that energy attracts like energy. This isn't new to us at Unity. I mean, have you ever noticed that when you're really happy, you have a tendency to see happiness all around you? And on the same vein, when you're not so happy, it seems like the whole world is really irritating you. That's why having a prayer and meditation practice is so important when walking a spiritual journey. We're all walking a spiritual journey because we're spiritual beings. We're spiritual human beings. I was reading a book the other day by Eric Butterworth titled The Creative Life, 7 Keys to Your Inner Genius. And in this book, he discusses a concept. I love this concept. It's called swarming. Did you ever see the starling birds when they're swarming? They're like graceful. They move around, they come together, then they seem to break off. It's absolutely amazing. And when he said that when you're in a swarming environment, these birds particularly come together as one. And when they're come together as one, they can react or respond seemingly instantaneously. I don't know about you, but it's in my head right now just seeing those birds swarming all over. Our way shower Jesus also talked about swarming or becoming one when he said, "Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them." He wasn't referring to standing in the middle of the group. He's referring to the divine awareness of the I am. Butterworth goes on to say that all groups have a group soul or a cumulative consciousness. Whether you realize it or not, our spiritual community has a group soul. How many times have you had an aha where you received the answer you were seeking, and it's because something the minister said or the speaker? No, the minister wasn't reading your thoughts. Well, not at that particular moment maybe, but what happened in that group soul was an energetic connection. And the need of the congregant at that moment was the same as the minister's. It was one. And so you're probably wondering yourself, what does this have to do with peace? Well, when we are peacemakers, we quiet down our excessive, unwanted, or unneeded thoughts. And we become one with God energy. And when this happens, we can see, feel, and visualize that spark of creation giving birth in our soul. Once that happens, these spiritual ideas synchronize with like energy and expand. Thoughts in mind produce after their own kind. We are all creators. Never forget that you are a creator. You can't not create. And I'm going to give you an example. If you did nothing else for an entire year but breathe, you would create a year of life in your body. And the best part is that it's our mind's nature to attract supportive and expansive thoughts. So being a peacemaker is saying peace to our racing thoughts and having them obey and quiet down. And in this state of peace, we connect with a group soul, and our own needs and desires are released as we become one with this inspiring spark of creativity. We call this the one presence, one power, God. It's amazing, and as we come together, we can then swarm. So are you wondering how you can begin practicing this? Well, from experience, I can share that when I started to practice peace, being peaceful, my thoughts were over-racing. They were like, uh-oh, something's happening here. We're going to get even crazier than you've been. It was impossible to stop them. Yelling at them to be quiet, stop talking to me. I couldn't run from them. And what I learned was, let them go on and refocus my energy on peace. Let them do whatever they want to do. I am not going to attach. The analogy I like to use is driving a car. If you have 3 or 4 kids in the back seat and they're screaming and yelling and singing and clapping, whatever the kids are doing, and they're making a lot of noise, but you're still driving the car, right? It doesn't stop you from driving the car. You focus on the road. It's kind of like that little ticker tape that goes at the bottom of the TV screen with all the news and stuff. Just let it go. Watch it go by. Peace is a divine quality. It's an idea of divine mind, and it's always part of our spiritual nature. When we speak of attaining a consciousness of peace, we're not thinking outside of ourselves. We're awakening our own divine mind to the idea of peace so that it may manifest in our outer life. The mind doesn't do things halfway. There won't be a plan unfolding in your mind without the knowledge of how it can be completed. There is no wrong path or idea, because the beauty of swarming lies in the revealing of discrimination and good judgment. This begins with peace. Be still and know that I am God. Peace, be still. This week, try practicing that chant. It only takes not even 2 minutes. Start a little faster and then keep slowing down. And notice what's happening in your body as you're doing that. Breathe it in. Breathe in the peace that you are. I hold all of you in the light of love and peace. Namaste.
Thank you, Deborah. And so now I invite you all to stand up as we gather to sing our peace song in the aisle, across, however you decide to do it. Holding hands is optional. So take your time. And if you want to bring your paper up with you to know the words, of course, that projector will help. Okay, thank you. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. But as Creator, all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this to take each moment and live each moment peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with peace.
Our crescent moon formation. Please do so for our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. I'm going to take your seat. As Reverend Christine extinguishes the Christ candle, we remember and affirm that the Christ light within us can never be dimmed, diminished, or eliminated, for we are always one with the divine.
Well, I want to thank everyone who helped to create this wonderful service this morning. But before I do, I have a request. We need a little office help this week. So if anyone has any time, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, to come in between 10 and 3, don't leave without telling me that today. If you say, oh, I can't do that, but I want to help, let me know that also, because I might be able to give you something to take home to do during the week and then bring back on Sunday. So thank you for anyone who can help us during this busy season. I know it's busy for you too. So thank you very much. So I also want to thank our wonderful prayer chaplains. We have a prayer chaplain who is here to pray one-on-one with you, and that is the wonderful Lynn Lennon right there. Lynn will be up here after the service, so please feel free to come up, and all you need to do is say, would you pray with me? And she'll take it from there. You may also want to fill out a prayer card that's in the little slot in front of you where you're sitting, and that prayer card you can fill out, you can bring it up to have with your prayer time with Lynn, and where you can place it in the prayer box in the back of the sanctuary. There's a table there, there's some lights. While you're there putting your prayer request in, you can also take an affirmation card that you might want to use in your personal prayer time. And if you're online, we would love the opportunity to pray with you. Just send your prayer request to prayerrequest@unityhartford.org. Those prayer requests that we receive will be placed in the prayer box. And our prayer chaplains, they don't read all those messages, but they hold in their hearts, they hold in their very souls during the entire week. They bring prayers to all those prayer requests. So we are certainly honored to pray with you, and thank you. Many others helped with today's service, certainly our wonderful worship assistant, Deborah, and our wonderful guest speaker this morning, Deborah. The hospitality team led by Joan and Georgine, Catherine, Wendy, Maria, and of course many, many others today. Our tech team, Julie, Marty, and Jim. The setup team, Leah, and our greeters, which were Mark and Leah? Leah, yes. Thank you, Leah. I said, I have this vision of Leah being there. Yes, Leah and Mark. And our ushers, which were Bob and Lois. Thank you. And, of course, another Deborah, the wonderful music director, Deborah. Thank you to all of them. And so if this is your first time here in our sanctuary, I don't think there is anyone today, but if it's your first time online and you'd like to receive a welcome packet, please send an email to me. Send it to revchris@unityhartford.org, and make sure you include your mailing address so we can get that packet in the mail to you. It has information about this Unity Spiritual Center as well as the Unity Movement worldwide. And so thank you, whether you're here in the community room with us or you're online. Thank you for joining us today. And after the service, please join us in the community room for some snacks and beverages. And as you know, we always have a final song, our closing song today. And so, Deb, what is that song?
We are going to sing Go Tell It on the Mountain. So stand if you are able.